Hey, welcome to the channel. Let's not mess around. You've clicked on this video because you want to see some awesome looking cozy games. So, let's take a look at some awesome looking cozy games. All the games I'm going to talk about today are scheduled for release sometime this year. However, stick around to the end of the video because I will be showcasing another 9 amazing looking cute and cozy games that aren't necessarily coming out this year. But if you do stay to the end of the video, then you will be completely set all the way through till 2025. But what are we waiting for? Without further ado, let's jump into the first one. And today, we're kicking things off with a game that came to my attention during the Steam Next Fest in February this year. And that game is Little Gator Game. So, Little Gator Game is a playful, no-pressure take on an adventure game. Straight away you'll get hints of a Legend of Zelda style experience, mixed with a similar graphical style presentation to A Short Hike. And quite frankly, if this game was Zelda simply mixed with A Short Hike, I'd be throwing my money at it immediately. But that would be doing this game a little disservice, because although there are obvious influences and tributes to Nintendo's powerhouse IP, and it could be even said that this game is a little playful tribute to some of the older Zelda titles, Little Gator Game isn't simply a knockoff or anything like that. The whole game has a simple but easily identifiable premise. You play as Little Gator, you're on your summer vacation on an idyllic island surrounded by a gorgeous lake, and your imagination is running wild. Anyone that as a child used to pick up a stick, went out on a walk, and immediately it became a sword that you could slash at and stab all the imaginary assailants hiding behind every tree, if you did that, you can relate to this game. Because this is exactly what this game is, just in video game form. The whole game is cute and colourful, and it's based around the idea of making friends and having an adventure. And really, is there a more wholesome concept for a game out there? I don't think so. Already to me, this game looks like the perfect Nintendo Switch game. You can totally imagine just getting comfy and relaxed under all your blankets and just diving into Little Gator Game for a few minutes to explore the wonderfully crafted and realised world of adventure and friendship. I mean, come on, what's not to like? Okay, next is a game that's been on my radar for a long time now. In fact, I think I featured it on one of the earliest videos on this channel. But after some initial setbacks, it does look like this game might finally be coming out this year. And that game is Potion Permit. Potion Permit is an open-ended sim where you roleplay as a chemist that's newly arrived in the tranquil town of Moonbury. And from what I can gather, your initial reason for travelling to Moonbury is to help heal the mayor's sick daughter. But once you've arrived, it becomes apparent that many others need your expertise and help as well. So a huge part of this game will obviously be focused around healing all the sick and needy in Moonbury. But how exactly will you do this? Well, it looks as if you'll have to use your expertise and knowledge to diagnose symptoms, gather ingredients, and brew all the various remedies and concoctions you're going to need. And it actually looks like the brewing of medicines will involve some sort of puzzle-like minigame. It's not all going to be playing doctor though, because you're going to need to venture outside the safety of the town to gather your ingredients. And that's where you'll come into contact with the wild monsters that call the wilderness home. So between healing patients, fighting monsters, gathering ingredients, and earning the townsfolk's trust, there looks like there's going to be plenty to keep you occupied in Potion Permit. Oh, and just like any cozy game worth its salt, there'll also be fishing, home customization, crafting, and you'll have a faithful doggo companion along for the ride. What's not to like? I think I read somewhere in an interview with the developers, Mass Hive Media, that a journalist described this game as an entirely charming and wholesome RPG. And that sentence perfectly sums up what this game appears to be. Personally, I am so excited for when this eventually gets a full release. Reportedly, later this year sometime, so you better believe that I'll be diving headfirst into this one. Will you? Let me know in the comments below. Next up is an adorable looking indie gem called Time on Frog Island. Like many games before it, you'll start this adventure waking up on a beach, having survived a terrible storm that has shipwrecked you on a strange little island, inhabited by frogs. These curious anthropomorphic amphibians aren't like the frogs and tadpoles you're used to though. But don't worry, because the inhabitants on Frog Island are actually mostly a friendly bunch. You'll spend your time traversing around the peaceful island sandbox, completing trades and favours for Frog Island's local residents, and in return they'll gift you all the materials you need to repair your damaged boat. The whole gameplay loop is designed for you to explore at your own pace. You're rewarded for making your own path and exploring all the nooks and crannies, because you never know what treasures you might find. And just because you think you've come across an impassable gorge or cliff, doesn't mean you can't traverse it. I won't spoil anything here, but needless to say, even the simple act of traversal in this game is its own sort of puzzle. Currently slated for release in July this year, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get my hands on this one. It looks like the perfect Switch game. If you do like the look of time on Frog Island, you can actually play some of it right now for free. Head over to Steam, where there's a small bite-sized example of what the game is going to look like. It's in fact a little prologue of the main game, so you can experience some of the vibes and styles right now. Definitely make sure you check this one out. Okay, what do you look for in a cozy or relaxing kind of game? Puzzle-like gameplay? How about immaculate chill vibes? Or a wholesome Studio Ghibli-inspired world? Well, Akka has all of these, so you better make sure that you wishlist this one as well. In Akka, you play as the eponymous Akka, a retired red panda soldier who has decided to settle on a small island after the end of a devastating war, to try and find some inner peace. Already you can feel those Ghibli influences seeping through, can't you? It won't all be about Akka though, as he must seek out the ghosts who inhabit the land, listen to their stories, and help to rest their souls by bringing closure to their lives. The gameplay appears to be a mix of open world exploration, quest-based adventuring, and life and farming simulation. You'll be able to control Akka and help him grow plants, flowers, and vegetables. You'll also be able to construct a shelter, clothes, and all the items for the quests that you'll need to. Apparently there's going to be multiple islands you can explore, all with different styles and inspirations. So far we've been able to get peeks at Pine Tree Island, inspired by southwestern France, Snowy Maple Tree Island, obviously inspired by Canada, Bamboo Island, based on East Asian locales, and Palm Tree Island, which apparently gives off vibes of South Asia or South America. I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh, and there's a giant capybara that you can take a nap on. So the question really is, when are you going to pick up this game? Not if. Unfortunately, there isn't a concrete release date for this one just yet. However, it is heavily implied that it'll be jumping onto the Switch eShop later this year. So let's keep our fingers crossed for this one, eh? Don't worry, it's not over. There is more. Before we jump into the rest of the games I want to showcase today, go and wishlist all these games on Steam and the eShop. Follow their pages on Twitter or Kickstarter, and make sure you keep an eye on their develops in some way, because there's a good chance you might have seen your next obsession here. I've linked all their various pages and sites in the description below to make it easy for you. Also, whilst you're down there, subscribe to the channel if you've liked this video, and comment below, let me know which of the games you've seen today you like the look of the most. But without further ado, here are some more cozy, relaxing, and chill games that I'll be keeping my eye on over the next few years. Enjoy. If you like cozy games, then check out this video here, showcasing what I think is the best cozy game out there. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!